こんにちは。ようこそ KPL アムグルミ101。私は桃井先生。And that's about the extent of my Japanese. Alright, for those of you who don't speak Japanese or who speak it well enough to know how badly I just pronounced that, hello and welcome to KPL's Amigurumi 101. My name is Jennifer Momney. I'm going to be showing you how to make amigurumi. But first, we have a very important question to ask. What is amigurumi anyway? Amigurumi, yes, I promise you can pronounce it. A-mi-gu-ru-mi. Amigurumi is a Japanese crochet technique for making adorable little creatures. It literally translates to wrapped knitting, and that's because of the spiral patterns that it creates. So, if you want to see how to make cute little stuffies like this, then follow the tutorial below. Most importantly of all, remember to relax and have fun. So let's get started!
Now let's talk about crochet hooks. Now I know what you're thinking, how do I hold this thing? Well, you may feel like you want to hold it like a pencil, and a lot of people do, and that's completely fine to hold it that way. Some other of you may feel like you want to hold it like a screwdriver, whichever way is more comfortable for you. You will see me using it with an overhand grip like a screwdriver because that's what's comfortable for me. Now let's get started making some amigurumi, huh? The first thing you're going to do is make a loop with your yarn. I know, exciting stuff. Now you're going to take that loop and fold it over the yarn. Now you're going to take the yarn inside of the loop and you're going to pull it through the loop. Hook that onto your crochet hook and pull tight. Congratulations, you have yourself a slip knot. Let me show you how to do that one more time. So you're going to start by creating a tail and making a loop in your yarn. Then you're going to take that loop and put it over your yarn. Now take the yarn that's inside of the loop, pull it through the loop, hook that onto your crochet hook, and pull tight. So now that you have your slip knot, let's teach you how to make some chains so we can actually do something with it. The first thing you're going to do is wrap the yarn around the back of the crochet hook. You want to make sure it's in back of the crochet hook and not in front of the crochet hook because when you go to pull the yarn through the other loop, you want to make sure that it's gripping onto the yarn and it can easily slide off if you're wrapping it in front. So make sure you're wrapping it behind and pulling through the first loop. So now, if you look underneath your crochet hook, you should see a tiny little V. That is your crochet stitch. So you're going to wrap the yarn behind the crochet hook, pull it through the loop, and create your next stitch. Okay, so how many stitches do you have to chain? Well, frankly, that depends on the pattern that you're following. Most amigurumi patterns will have you chaining 6, but they'll specifically tell you to chain 6 in a round. So, let's figure out how to do that, shall we? So we need to make our chain round. So you're going to do that by putting your crochet hook into the very first stitch that you made. Now you're going to wrap the yarn around your crochet hook. Notice that you have 3 loops now on your crochet hook. The loop we just made and the 2 others. Pull your new loop through the first stitch and then through your last stitch. And congratulations, you have now created a loop. So now that we have the center round for our work, We're now going to build off of it, working outward in a spiral pattern, working in rounds. Now some of you may have noticed the problem here. How do we know when we finished a round? Well, the fact is, you could count, but you're going to lose track very quickly, and if you need to put down your work for any reason, you've pretty much lost where you were. The easiest way to keep track is to use a stitch marker. You can use a stitch marker by folding up a piece of paper, or, my favorite, simply using a contrary color yarn.
Now, stitch markers may seem like they're complicated, but they're really not. Lay it over your work, at the base of the stitch, and stitch over it.
Now let's move on to the second row. Insert your hook into the first stitch of the first row. Make sure that it's through both sides of the stitch. Remember, stitches have a front and back. There are some fancy stitches later that will call for you to only use 1/2, either the front or back, but we're not there yet. So insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. There should now be 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops. Ta-da! Let me show you how to do that one more time. Insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. With amigurumi, you need to start increasing from the second row, so we should probably discuss how to do that. Fortunately, increasing is very easy. All you're going to do is work 2 single crochets into the same stitch.
So once you've made your first single crochet stitch, check to see where that stitch is coming from and insert your hook into the same loop. And now do another single crochet. You're going to do this the whole way around. Now we started with 6 stitches, so that means we're going to have 12 stitches when we're done with this second row. Okay, on to the third row. Now, we're going to single stitch in the first stitch, just 1 single crochet. Then, in the next crochet stitch, we're going to do our increase stitch. So 2 single crochets into that second stitch. And repeat that. Single crochet, and 2 single crochets. Single crochet, two single crochets, And repeat that the whole way around. So at the end of this row, you should have 18 stitches. Now at this point, you may be catching on to a bit of a pattern. From here on out, in each round, you're adding one more single crochet between each increase stitches. For round 4, you're going to stitch 2 single crochet stitches and then your increase stitch. You go ahead and do that. I've got a knot in my yarn. You can keep following this same basic pattern to make a disc as large as you'd like. 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and so on. The size that you make the disc is going to be the same size as your ball. So sometimes you'll want to make a small disc for details like cheeks or tails or ears, and other times you'll want a larger one, like for a head or a body. For round 5, you're going to stitch 3 stitches and then your increase stitch. You're going to do that 6 times, which should give you 30 stitches. For round 6, you're going to stitch 4 and then your increase stitch. And again, you'll do that 6 times, giving you 36 stitches. Now for the pattern that we've given you, for rounds 7 through 14, you're just going to stitch straight across with no increase stitches. For round 15, you're going to stitch 4 stitches and a decrease stitch.
Oh, I should probably teach you what a decrease stitch is, shouldn't I? Well, for a decrease stitch, as you may have guessed, it's the complete opposite of an increase stitch. So where we were putting 2 stitches into 1 stitch, now we're going to spread 1 stitch over 2 stitches. So to do that, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now ordinarily, for a normal stitch, you yarn over and pull through again. But instead, we're going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Let's do that again. Insert, yarn over, pull through, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all the loops.
For round 15, you're going to stitch 4 stitches and a decrease stitch. And you're going to do that 6 times, which should give you 30 stitches at the end of the row. For round 16, you're going to stitch 3 stitches, a decrease stitch, and you're going to do that 6 times for 24 stitches. For round 17, you're going to stitch 2 stitches and a decrease stitch 6 times, giving you 18 stitches. For round 18, you're going to stitch 1 stitch and a decrease stitch 6 times for 12 stitches. At this point, it's a good idea to put the stuffing inside your ball. At this point, you can add any little beads or fasten eyes if you'd like. And finally, for round 19, you're going to stitch 6 decrease stitches in a row. Then you're going to fasten off and tuck the tail of your yarn inside your ball. To fasten off, we need to make a knot. This is done by cutting off the end of the thread and casting on like we did at the beginning, but pulling it all the way through, giving us a knot.